I'm excited today. Actually, while I'm here recording this, the Nashville Predators are about to play in the playoffs, so I had to have this on. Being a Nashvilleian, and Nashville loves the Predators, so big game happening right now while we're talking. But I'm with you 100%, I promise. Yeah, we've been talking for the last several weeks in the spiritual laws about that the main thing everybody wants is to feel good now and feel good later. The second thing everybody wants is for people they care about and love to feel good now and feel good later. And what we do in our lives to try to secure that, and then how typically the things most of us do in order to try to feel good now and feel good later are the very things that are keeping us from feeling good now and feeling good later. So we've been lied to. We're believing a lie. We got bad information that maybe makes logical sense, but in the spiritual realm is like the quantum realm. In quantum physics, anything is possible. Seriously. In quantum physics, I read a paper about this one time. In quantum physics, the truth would be that if you went up to a brick wall and banged your head against the brick wall over and over and over and over, that there would be a time that you went straight through the wall with no harm. Now, of course, you'd be dead by then, but you get the idea. Nothing is impossible in the realm of quantum physics. Well, these spiritual laws are rooted in not the natural, but the supernatural, okay? And that's where miracles happen. And so it makes total sense to me that as human creatures, some of the ways that we would try to get what we want most, like feeling good now and feeling good later, would work in the natural, but would work against us in the spiritual. And that's exactly what is happening. And so we talk about how to get it right spiritually, and the physical will be even better when the spiritual is right. The spiritual is the primary, but most of us live like the physical and the natural is primary. So we got to change our thinking. We got to change what's in our heart. We got to change our intention every day, prioritizing what is most important. And then this week's spiritual law is the two pillars of significance and security. And you cannot ever be completely okay in your life if both of those aren't right. And you've got to have both. If you only have one, you're like a boat with one oar. You're just going to go in circles in your life. You got to have both, significance and security. Security is am I physically safe from, am I in a war zone, or is someone trying to hurt me? Is someone trying to abuse me or saying slanderous, negative lies, bad things about me? Or am I safe, both physically, mentally, and spiritually? And then the significance is I need to believe and know that I'm a person of significance, not superior to you. Most people who have a superiority thing, it comes from inferiority internally. So not superior, but not inferior. I'm significant. Okay? The world is better with me here. I have something to contribute that matters. Okay? And of all the people I've worked with over 30 years, every single person had an issue in one of those areas or both, as did I, as did Hope. So how your significance and security goes it's the two pillars of you. And if those pillars are strong and on a good foundation, then you can build anything you want on top of that foundation, and it'll be great for the rest of your life, your career, your relationships, your health. But if your pillars are not strong, if your significance and security are shaky, then the things you build on top of that foundation, again, your career, health, relationships, etc., they're not going to be so great, because one of those pillars may be crumbling, one may fall down, and when that falls down, all of a sudden you've got cancer, or all of a sudden you're stuck at work, or all of a sudden you've got a big relationship issue. Sorry about my dog barking. Do the best I can with that. But so that is absolutely critical to every single person on the planet, every day that you're alive, that internally in your heart and mind, you have significance and security. And you can't buy that. A lot of people try to buy it or numb themselves from it because it hurts to feel it and think about it. That'll never work. All that'll lead to is addiction and negative habits. But you can heal it, fix it, change your intention, start prioritizing the spiritual, and your significance and security will get stronger and stronger and stronger, and so will everything in your life. If you're wondering, well, how did I get this problem? How come I feel pretty insecure? Where did this come from? Well, the basic thing is that it came through your ancestry and the early years of your life. Basically, if you received love and truth, you've got good significance and security. If you received falsehood, lies, and fear, then your significance and security are lacking. But fortunately, again, those things can be healed, fixed. You can set a new course on your sailboat, a new intention every morning when your feet hit the floor, and typically in 6 months be a totally different person with a strong foundation for whatever you want to do and build in your life. So that's it for me on that part, Johanna.
All right. Thanks, Alex. So if any of you have any comments or questions you'd like to share or ask Alex, you can press *2 on your phone. That's going to raise your hand. And I'm going to unmute your line. We have one hand up, Alex, so I'm going to go ahead and...
All right.
No. Okay. And your line is open, 9037.
Yes, I hear Dr. Loyd mention something sometimes that he calls spontaneous healing.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you could define that again, because it's been a while, and I know you talked about it before, but...
Yeah, I feel that's actually something that happened to me. When I was 27, 28 years old, and I was trying hard to do things right, and every area of my life was crashing, and I felt bad all the time. Friends were telling me I looked 10 years older than I was. I had all the symptoms of cancer. Have no idea if I had cancer, but I had all the symptoms. And my life was just basically awful. Okay, worst it's ever been. Nothing else has been close. And I had a spiritual experience in the 6 weeks after that where I kind of learned what real love is, and that I'd been living by a fake love, both for God and for Hope and myself and everyone else in my life. And that's why I was self-destructing, basically. And after I made a vow, basically a vow to God that I'll never do it right, but I'm going to commit to real love for the rest of my life, no matter what, something changed in me that was very dramatic. I'd never felt it before, and it's never changed back. Now, I make more mistakes than anybody I know, but I've never gone back there again, and my life has gotten better and better and better. And when you read about people who've had near-death experience, okay, the great majority of the ones that survive that, it becomes the most positive experience of their life, and to the degree that people close to them say, that's not the same person. I mean, something is, and oftentimes that person had tried to change some of those things many times and had been unsuccessful. And then I've also seen it with health, where someone had some terrible health condition, maybe even was on their deathbed or whatever, and they prayed, or somebody prayed over them or for them, or something, and all of a sudden they're healed. And it didn't take 6 weeks or 6 months. Now that's very, very rare, but the non-health spontaneous healing is much more common and happened to me, and I see it happen fairly regularly. And when the non-physical happens, typically your health gets better and better from there anyway, but it happens with the physical too. It's just rarer. And to me, that is an issue of relationship and prayer with God, with yourself, and with others. And it reaches a point where something happens.
Right. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
All right, Alex. So, if anyone else has a question or comment, again, press *2 on your phone. That's going to raise your hand, and I'll be able to open your line for Alex. I'm checking online to see if anyone has typed anything. I don't see anything online. If you are online, you can type a question, and I can read it to Alex. And let's see. No, looks like we don't have any other hands up, Alex.
All right. Well, remember that you can send your question in. You don't have to be here, and we will answer it for you, post the recording, and you can listen to it whenever you want. And I also wanted to say, right now, I'm starting a new series that is the top 10 spiritual laws. Now, there have been over 200 spiritual laws, and I've already kind of given my favorites in the ones that we've done up until now. And now I'm starting on the ones that, to people listening who wrote in, called in, sent us an email, whatever, were their favorites. And so we're going into the top 10 spiritual laws, not in any certain order. And then after that, I'm going to be starting a new thing that I'm calling Deep Water. And Deep Water is going to be doing something I've never done, which is talk about social issues. Gay, lesbian, gender issues, divorce, death, all kinds of stuff. So keep your eye out for that as well. And that's it for me, Johanna. Love you.